Hello everybody and welcome back to Crochet Through Corona. I hope you're having a good day and enjoying this glorious sunshine. And I hope that you have been practicing your single crochet from the last lesson. It was lovely to see some of your washcloths and chains pictures on the Facebook group. If you've not joined the Facebook group already, please do have a search for Crochet Through Corona and join us. It would be lovely to have you. It's a great space to just encourage each other with the progress that we're making and keep up to date with what's going on. Now I have changed the plan for this week. We were going to learn a half double crochet and we will do that next week instead now, because I realised it's Easter next weekend, and so why not bring a little bit of cheer to our houses and make some lovely Easter eggs while learning another skill. So we are going to learn how to increase and how to decrease, and that is how we will make these oval shapes. So during the next few videos, so I'm saying few videos because I'm going to do this in stages. So I'm going to do the increase section in one video, the decrease section in another video, and then the crocheting round to neaten it all off in another video. That is just so that you can break it down into manageable parts and you don't have to keep fast forwarding too long into a video to be able to find where you were up to. What's also different about this video and the next couple is that I'm going to have the pattern on the website. So the written pattern, which will allow you to keep checking back with what I'm saying and matching that up to how it's written down. And then you can keep track of what row you're on. And it will also help you get the gist of reading a pattern. So I think that's all I need to tell you. So without further ado, we will crack on. So for this session you will need your crochet hook, your darning needle, a pair of scissors, and as ever your yarn. Now I've already loosened a lot of my yarn off, and I advise you do that so that you haven't got to be battling against that as you go. And I'm picking up my hook and it's time to cast on. So we're revisiting our slip knot and we're going to take the end of the yarn over your finger, pull it down the side, leaving a good chain for sewing in, pinch between your finger and thumb, pull the top loop over and insert your hook and just pull down and then tighten up so it's not too tight on your hook but can easily move up and down. And then we need to take our tension, so I'm wrapping mine around my little finger and then up over the top of my index finger, and that's how I prefer. Other people like it another way, so if you find a different combination, some people go over and round like that I think, but personally I just don't get on so well with that, so I do this, so it's up to you. And I'm going to pinch the bottom of the knot for the slip knot to keep that tension, and we're going to chain 5 to start with. So we yarn over and pull through, that's 1, yarn over, pull through, 2, yarn over, pull through, 3, moving my fingers up as I go, yarn over, pull through, 4, and yarn over, pull through, and 5. And we just want to double check that we have started with 5, otherwise we'll lose the plot later on in the pattern. So we've got 1, which is the one that this that the yarn on our hook is going through, so that's this V here, and we've got 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5, ideal. And that first chain, if you remember, is not, we don't start in that one, we start in the second chain from hook. So not the one that the yarn's coming through, but the next one. And we're going to look at that V shape and we're going to go into the top of the V shape. So we're inserting our hook underneath that top part. We're yarning over and we're going to do a single crochet. So we're going to pull through and then we'll have 2 loops in our hook and we're going to yarn over again and pull through both loops. I'm going to do that all the way along our chain. So we will insert our hook into the next one, moving our finger and thumb down, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through. And the next one. And the final one. Remember to just keep a bit of a finger on that knot at the end so it doesn't stretch out too much when you go. And now we have 4 single crochets across. And you can see the single crochets marked by the V. So we've got 1 stitch, 2 stitch, 3 stitch, and 4 is this last one down here that's always on a bit of an angle. And just like when we were making our swatch, to be able to turn and come back the other way, we need to do a chain, so yarn over and pull through, and then we flip our work over. And we're going to work back the other way. Now we are going to do an increase. So this is the increase. Now an increase can be by any number depending on what the pattern says, but often it means by 1. So we're going to put 2 single crochets in the same stitch. That is how simple an increase is, and unless the pattern states otherwise, increase will just mean putting 2 in the same stitch. Sometimes it will need more, but it will state that it needs more. So we are going to put 2 single crochets in this first stitch. Now just to remind you which the first stitch is, it's not the turning chain that your yarn's coming out of. It is this first V here. And we insert our hook underneath it, going through both parts of the V. Both parts of the V are on our hook there. You can see the separation, the gap, 2 parts of a V. And we are going to yarn over and pull through. 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through. And we have now done 1 single crochet in that first stitch, but because it's an increase we need to do 2. So we're going back into exactly the same hole. We're going in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through both stitches, both loops on the hook. And we now have 2 single crochets in that first stitch, and that is an increase. So you have just got your increase badge. Well done, give yourself a pat. Now we're going to do 2 single crochets, so we're going to do 1 in the next one and 1 in the one after that. So 1. This isn't an increase, so we're going to carry on to the next stitch and insert our hook and do another single crochet. And then on the last stitch of the row, we're going to increase again. So we're looking for that weird V shape. Remember it's on a bit of an angle on this one, and we're just going to make sure that we get under both parts of the V. So sometimes that extra bit on the hook can be a bit useful to help you find that. And there you go, I've now got both parts of the V on my hook. And we yarn over, pull through, and pull through. And then because it's an increase, remember we're doing it again. Yarn over, pull through, and pull through. So we have increased by 2 on this row, so we need to check that we have 6 stitches on our row. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. And then we just do the same thing to turn. We do chain 1 and flip over. And we're going to increase by 2 again on this next row, so that will be in the first stitch and the last stitch of the row. So we're going to do an increase in the beginning and the end of the row. So we're inserting our hook underneath the first V. We single crochet once, and then we single crochet again, and we've got another increase. We're going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've found the last stitch of the row, and we're going to increase again. So inserting our hook underneath the V, we do 1 single crochet and then a second one for the increase. Now we've increased by 2 again, so this time we should have 8 stitches at the end of our row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's handy, isn't it? Excellent, I'm glad I'm getting it right. And then we chain 1 and turn. And we're going to pause there while you practice that and get the hang of doing the increases. I hope that was all self-explanatory. Do rewatch the video if you're struggling, and do pop me any questions on the social media pages. On the group, on the Facebook group would be a really handy place to check, or in the comments below on the website, and I will do my best to help you out. And the new video, the next stage, will be released shortly. Happy hooking!